Sheriff, we got a lot to talk about.
I am not an animal!
Damn, I'm thirsty. I want a beer. What about you? You want a beer?
The ice is gonna break! I am not a human being! I am an animal!
And I'm sorry you can't do this. I really am, because I wouldn't have to fucking sit here and watch you fumble around and fuck it up.
I am Shiva, the god of death.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
But for me, it was Tuesday.
And you have meddled with the primal forces of nature. And you will atone.
Yes, so for this episode, I really think we should start out with Jackson's pick, which is he who gets schmacked, he who gets bitch slapped. Jackson, take it away.
Yes, my pick this week was the 1924 classic film He Who Gets Slapped, directed by Victor Sjöström, or as he's credited in the movie, Victor Seastrom. As you can see down there, Mr. Holler is indeed he who gets slapped. Scaring me like Lon Chaney did.
I really need my glasses to this. I apologize, but
that's okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, what I want you to do is picture this. You are a scientist. You're a brilliant scientist. And you spent your entire life gathering all this research about the evolution of man. And you and your wife are going to be rich and famous once you present your research to a panel of scientists. And everything is going great. And your friend, the Baron, has helped fund all of your research. And he's your best friend, and he would never betray you.
Nah, his name is the Baron.
Or would he? My friends,
like
if you think that the Baron does not betray our friend the scientists, then you don't know Barons at all. That's all they do is betray people. And that's what he does. You see, the day of the scientific panel, the Baron goes up and presents all of the research of our main character as his own and takes all the credit for it. And when our scientist friend, Mr. Paul Beaumont, gets up there and tries to get him to admit that the research is his, what happens? The Baron slaps him right in the face. How right in the kisser. I mean, just absolutely humiliating. And all the scientists laugh at him and call him a fool. So you think it couldn't get any worse than that. The man's work, his life's research is gone. His fame and fortune that he was supposed to get is gone. How could it get any worse? Well, it turns out his wife is also a hoe. And she is with the Baron. And she leaves with the Baron and she calls him, what does she say? She says he has a silly face and he reads too many books. It's just cruel. And this drives him to madness. It ruins him. He leaves science behind forever. And he goes years later, he becomes a circus clown. And he's no longer Paul Beaumont. Paul Beaumont is no more. What is his name now? He Who Gets Slapped. So you see, my friends, as He Who Gets Slapped, our friend performs in a circus act every single night where a bunch of clowns come out on the stage and slap him in the face and the audience laughs, reliving the trauma of what happened to him on that fateful day. And he also, while working at the circus, falls in love with the new horse rider girl. And she falls in love with her partner, her horse rider partner. And he, he's finally falling in love again. But what happens? Who returns? Why, none other than the Baron himself. And if you're wondering at this moment what he says, when this is actually very interesting, guys. In all seriousness, there's a lot, I have to say, a lot of lost audio clips from this movie because they actually recorded sound on this. It's a silent film, and I actually
Oh
have the
shit.
audio. I have the audio clip of the scene in which he sees the Baron again for the first time. You want to hear what it sounds like? This is Lon Chaney's voice here.
I forgot about him. I don't think about him in this movie. He doesn't exist, that fuck. That fucking fuck. We're talking about fuckers in the fuckery of a fucking bull fucking shit. We're talking about that goddamn man right there.
That's the actual audio that Lon Chaney spoke when he saw the Baron again. You just couldn't hear it because it's a silent film, of course. Anyway,
Get set.
so yes, that's his reaction when he sees the Baron again in the audience. And the Baron has determined that he is going to marry his new love, the horse rider girl. And he's not going to let that happen. My friends, this film has a stacked cast. It stars Lon Chaney as he. It stars Norma Shearer
The
as the
goat.
horse rider girl. The goat. Shout out to motherfucking Lon Chaney. It stars Norma Shearer as the horse rider girl. It stars John Gilbert as the horse rider guy.
Woo!
And what we must remember, my friends, this was the very first film ever shot at MGM. Ever. In the entire history of the studio. And you want to know who appears in the very first MGM film? The motherfucking MGM Lion has a major role in this film. This is the current Lion's great-great-grandfather. I mean, it's just a stacked ass cast. So
Wow.
there you go. That's He Who Gets Slapped. And well, I'll turn it over to you guys first. But since we actually have He Who Gets Slapped here with us, I'll ask you first. What do you think of this depiction of you, sir?
It was unjustified. I was not cucked. It was not he who got slapped, it was he who cucked. And I took it upon myself to guide her through the circus life. And I read the fortune upon her palm that foretold the future. I am a mind reader because I am the great scientist. And I definitely laughed my goddamn ass off when they cut to the shot of my ex-girlfriend crying her eyes out when the Baron fucking left her ass for an even younger girl, potentially underage girl.
Horse
And-
girl.
Horse girl.
Allison Brie, bitches.
I was literally trying to fucking say that. God damn you.
That's what you get for taking my bit.
Yeah. It's impossible not to like this movie, and I very much had a very hard time finding. I just cracked. I didn't want to watch it with ads, so I scoured all over YouTube to try to find it. But every single version had a different person's music over it, and I wanted the closest to William X's original score, which then I found on Reddit that the Tubi version is the closest to the Warner Brothers archive presentation of it from the 90s that they released on DVD. Before even the newer person did it in like 2007. So I watched it on Tubi with ads. Had to deal with that, but it is what it is. It's so charming, so fucked up, so lovable, but like heartwarming, but also heart-wrenching, and then like you get fucking frustrated. It's a bottle of emotions, and he is one scary. Like my heart dropped when he got stabbed, and that smile when he locked them in there, and that lion was free, and he just sat there like, and
I really
magnifique.
Yeah, I really thought this was gonna be like a comedy. I was talking to Jackson about this before. And so I had no idea it was gonna be like a horror film or like a drama. I kind of like thought it like a little bit in the beginning. I was like, this could still be kind of fucked up but funny. Man, when he locked him in there with the tiger, I literally was like, did he just do that? Like, I was taking a second to be like, did he really just do that? And I was like, damn, savage as hell. This movie is savage as fuck.
More savage than your pick?
Probably, yeah. I mean, nobody gets
Savage
locked
and
into it.
savage in different ways, we'll say.
Yeah, yeah.
This is savage in like a holy shit, this like destroys your soul kind of way. That's savage in a very witty, funny kind of way. But yeah. So I picked this because I had heard of it, but I didn't know like a ton about it. All I knew is it was like kind of a dark, fucked up movie about a clown. I didn't really know much else, but it
Bring
was
back the
one
movies about
like,
a clown. There's not
say
enough.
what?
I said, bring back the movies about clowns.
Well,
Because
we got them.
well, we
One
got it. We got Joker.
bombed last year.
What'd you say?
One bombed last year.
Oh well, yeah, I'm not talking about blockbuster bullshit. I want this shit about like Nightmare Alley level, like getting some real gritty clown shit.
Yeah. Another one I considered was oh God, what's the name of that movie? I'm totally drawing a blank on it.
The Crow.
He Who Laughs or something like, or The Man Who Laughs. Yeah, that's what it's called. The
Yeah,
Man Who
with
Laughs. Yeah.
yeah.
With Conrad Veidt. Yeah. Another clown movie. But yeah, I picked this because I was curious about it. I was like, okay, once I decided, silent film special, I was like, let's pick this one. And boy, am I glad I did. I got to tell you, I've had some duds this season, but I've also had, in the last like 5 or 6 episodes, I've had some of my favorite shit on this show so far with like Strange Days and a couple other things and Night of Counting the Years. This joins their company. I loved this. This is one of my favorite things I've ever seen on the show. Holy shit, I loved every second of this movie. And Sam, I was right there with you. I saw it on Tubi as well because I tried looking for it on Amazon and it was some like new version with like new music. And I was like, no, 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 I don't want to see that. So I didn't like watching it with ads, but it was worth it to see like the OG version. And Christ Almighty, this from the beginning, I was locked into this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the tragedy of it, the fucking just craft of it. I loved the cinematography was incredible. Like you said, Matt, I mean, I knew it wasn't a comedy, but like when I got to like you, when I got to that part towards the end where he put him in there with that fucking lion, I was similar. I was like, holy shit, man, this is getting fucking real here now. Not that it hadn't already, but I mean that was crazy. I didn't know where it was going. I didn't think they were going to get eaten by a fucking lion. And then just not to cut to the end right away, but holy shit, that part at the end when he goes back out for the final performance and we must have comedy and tragedy, and then he fucking dies right there on the stage. Oh man, just beautiful. Just so poetic, the whole thing. But yeah, those are, I guess, my basic thoughts on it.
If this were made today, I think this would have been He Who Gets Slapped and the Horse Girl's relationship. Jesus Christ.
I can't see any of that, but
I know. I was like, damn it. I picked the wrong one.
I can see
like
enough.
There we go.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Oh my god.
That's funny. Oh, you were
Oh, now it's just your head.
Now I am he.
You are he. Oh my god.
Okay.
But
now I'm
possible not to like this movie though. Like,
oh, I completely agree. This thing is
and like knowing when it came out and the fucking fact that it is like this good. There's already over 10 minutes worth of missing footage. So I know whatever was missing is probably adds to the story and helps. It fucking slaps. Pun intended.
multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love clowns. So it's just like it's like the whole thing where the bits 60 clowns in him or he.
I loved the transitions they did. I don't know if
no.
when I was looking for the video, I don't know if you mentioned this, Jackson, and I just totally was trying to find a thing, but that transition between the spinning globe with the clowns around it.
Oh my god, that was so good.
With the clown, I was like, what the fuck?
So good. Yeah, they're all a lot. I think all three of the movies had elements that like really impressed me that they were able to do that for the time, and for this one, that was one of them. And again, the I love the effect of all the little clowns sitting on the globe and everything. That was cool. And yeah, and something that I have to just again, I have to cut to the chase right away. I hate that I haven't even mentioned it yet. Lon Chaney in this movie is a fucking god. Holy Christ, man. I mean, what a performance.
Yep.
Like, for real. Scared the shit out of me with his fucking facial expressions. I was like, how the fuck were you able to do that, man? That is just, I mean, truly believed he would. And that's the thing. Not only is he, but he
Just
was believable
this just
as
fucked me up. That's
there he is.
was one of the most sinister fucking things I had ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
With the
I
I
blood
think
mean,
teeth and like knowing
yeah.
that potentially none of them are getting out alive, it's just like holy fuck.
I can't
yeah.
imagine seeing this movie back in the day and just being traumatized by
Yeah,
clowns
Oh,
as
literally
a
like
kid, as if you're a kid.
oh my god.
yeah. I mean, I can't imagine when this came out, like, because I've heard that,
101 years old.
this, say what?
101 years old.
I know, fucking insane, over a century old. But what was I gonna say? Oh, but watching this really, really made me want to watch Phantom of the Opera. I've never seen that. And I read that apparently when that came out, the unmasking scene literally made people like faint and like scream and run out of the theater. I don't know if it had that effect in this, but it must have been similar. I mean, people must have been scared by this, you know. I was scared by it. I mean, Lon Chaney was freaking me the fuck out. I was like, man, you're creepy as shit. But yeah, and I
This is
just
the
love the
first time
whole.
this is the first time I didn't have a mob mentality and I was not laughing at him dying in front of everybody because it was so
I'm
gut.
glad to know that you're making progress in that area, Sam.
But Phantom of the Opera, kill his ass.
And Hoosiers, apparently.
Yes.
But less so than before, as we said a couple episodes ago. But yeah, I just really think that the entire, just the dramatic depth of it, I was so invested in just him as a character and Norma Shearer and John Gilbert. I was so invested in their romance and I really wanted them to get together. That was the one bright spot in the ending was the fact that they ended up together. And just, it's sad because, she says, and to think we used to laugh at him, like, yeah, it's sad that, nobody really took him seriously to the point where when he like professes his love for her, she's like, "Oh, you're such a jokester, You almost had me going there for a minute." I'm like, no one takes him seriously, even when he's being dead serious.
That's
He's
one
just a
thing.
clown.
If there is a complaint, and you really can't complain about any of these three movies in terms of like rushed endings because it's the fucking 20s, so no fucking shit. But like I wanted so much more. Like after I wanted her emotional breakdown and I wanted to see the celebration of his life even more so through the circus and everything. And I don't know what this. I know it's based on an original like play or story or something like that from Russia. So I don't know what like that.
Which makes this could not be more Russian. Just the themes in this and everything. And when I read that
Mm.
afterwards, I was like, "Yep, that makes sense."
But I definitely I want more. It's so good.
Well, that's the thing is like there's nothing I would necessarily like. I think of the three, it was the best paced movie, and it was the one that left me the most satisfied. But I also completely agree. Like I loved it so much, I just didn't want it to stop, and I did just kind of want more from it, in that sense. But what we got in those like 90 minutes or so was fucking amazing. I mean, they packed the musket on this one just fully, and I just, I really it's my first Victor Sjostrom directed
90
movie.
minutes.
Who say what
This is an hour.
for you?
Hour and 12.
Oh, no. Hour and 12, yeah.
For me, it was like an hour and 10, hour 15, something like that. But
Wait, okay, no, maybe I'm thinking of so this is Paris, never mind.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that one was a
Hour.
straight, yeah,
That
that
was an
one was an
hour.
hour.
Just a
This one was
straight,
like pretty close to
probably
an
an
hour
hour
and a
10
half for
though.
me. It was like hour 20 or something like that. But have either of you seen
Still
Wild
pretty short.
Strawberries?
no, but I know he acted in that, and
He's the lead. He's the main character in that movie. The director of this is the main character in Wild Strawberries,
Huh.
and so that was mainly what I knew him from, was just his performance from that movie. But I knew he was a director because once I saw that movie, I looked him up and found out he's this big director. And so again, I was curious, like, all right, let's see him as a director now. He was just like Ingmar Bergman. He was also Swedish, and
people speak in that,
he
right?
was say what?
People speak in that, right? I
Oh
know
yeah, yeah.
Ingmar Bergman, but like,
Mhm.
You guys heard about what Stellan Skarsgård, I think it was, said about Ryan?
Yeah.
oh man,
Yep.
I literally was thinking about him that morning, and then I went on my phone and was like, "Oh, he's a Nazi." Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Well, the thing about Bergman is that didn't really surprise me when I heard that. He's a rapist as well. He was not a good person.
Yeah,
He's a god. I mean, literally, he is one of the gods of cinema, and I absolutely love his movies. But he was not a good person, like just plain and simple.
but
But
I wonder how he felt making so many silent films and then going to act in a talkie.
well, that's the thing about Victor Sjostrom is he again, just seeing him in that movie, I was like, when I found out he was a director afterwards, I was like, well, I wouldn't have known. I mean, he's amazing in that movie. So I'm like, you got the chops of a professional actor. So yeah, maybe he's just one of these guys who did both, and he
He
just
just had a really good voice,
yeah,
and nobody else did.
yeah, like poor John Gilbert.
It's
And a
like
lot of other,
a
yeah.
1920s actor getting a cancer treatment, or not treatment, cancer diagnosis, and he's just like, "Oh man, that's terrible."
Matt, I thought you couldn't hit lower than the fucking
No, listen to me.
the army thing from last week.
You listen to me. You listen to me right now. First of all, that's one that I really hate that I'm gonna have to cut because that was very funny. Second of all, I say Matt will never, ever, ever get lower than he did in the Fantastic Four special. I mean, having just edited that back over the last 2 days, I swear to God, we have never sunk that low on the show before. But yeah, the whole thing really just like I Sam, I completely agree with you. Impossible to hate this movie. Just brilliant. I mean, I loved every fucking second of it. And shout out to every person involved because it's brilliant. It's a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. Again, the cinematography, the staging of it, the unbelievable dramatic depth, and just like I don't know, the whole thing just can't say enough about Lon Chaney. I think that, there are definitely multiple films this episode where the highlight is just a god tier performance from the main actor. So this one is definitely one of those.
I feel weird paying for this now because it's public domain, but I need to pay for it. So like that's the other issue. But I need to own this fucking movie. Like
Oh,
there's
a million
no doubt
percent.
about it.
I want to own this so bad. I'll get the fucking Criterion and everything for it. Like, let's go. Because it must
Is
be
there a criterion?
there's gotta be.
I would.
I don't know, but I mean, I wouldn't be
I feel like it probably falls into like a Lon Chaney box set somewhere.
I would be very shocked if they didn't have this thing on Criterion because it's as much as this is exactly the kind of thing they would have on there. But yeah, I want to. I'm as soon as possible. I don't want to pick two Lon Chaney movies like so close together for the show. So I'm just. But I really want to watch the Phantom of the Opera because I'm on a Lon Chaney mood now. But yeah, fucking amazing movie. You guys have any other thoughts on it?
I I will leave it my thoughts with the words of the film. In the grim comedy of life, it has been wisely said that the last laugh is the best.
Sam, it's fucking eerie how good you are at that.
Yep.
You could have been a silent film actor.
Just knowing that like my audio was, y'all could hear it and y'all didn't. That's good.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to They're gonna have to put something over that every time you laugh, like a laugh track, like canned laughter.
Something.
Oh boy.
Fucking dude
All
with the
right.
goddamn apple choking on it, laughing so hard. They're like, big.
Oh my God, that guy. That guy was killing me. Them
That's what you
cutting
gotta
back to him
cut.
every 5 seconds. Yeah.
We can use footage of this shit now because it's public domain.
Yeah. Very
True.
true.
We could have, yeah. We could have definitely done some interesting bits with this one. I hadn't thought about that.
Had we made that realization, yeah.
Yep. But anyways, well, now that we are moving on from a man who gets slapped, I think we're gonna take a little journey to France. But what time in France, you say? Well, I'm thinking 1926 France.
Oh.
Yes. We're gonna travel to Paris, where there is fun to be had by all. Um, yes. My pick this week. Ernest, I keep saying his name wrong, but not intentionally. Ernest Lubstich's comedy, uh, not drama, comedy romance-ish movie. So this is Paris. And so, picture this, as we say on the podcast. You're a housewife. You're reading your little romance novels.
No, 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 no. Not just a romance novel. Those hot Arabian romances that our wives read when we're not there.
Yes, exactly. And she's doing that, and guess who's next door? But man, there's a sheik, but not really a sheik. There is, in fact, just an actor and his wife rehearsing for a scene, and she's getting really annoyed at his effeminate ass. Because damn, he can't even pick her ass up, but she can pick his ass up like it's no fucking problem. And next door, the other couple, let me get the names right real freaking quick, just so I don't forget. Uh, Paul and Suzanne are the couple who just don't feel like they're having a lot going on in life. Seems like lackluster. And then we got Georgette and Maurice, who are the neighbors. They are actors and bohemian like. And Paul and Georgette go way back as they find out. Way back, apparently, to the point where Paul doesn't remember one fucking day. I thought that fucking killed me, that scene where he's talking and he's just like, you don't even know what she's saying and you just see him just going. And you're like, yep, he does not know what the fuck is going on. I was like, that was brilliant. And so, what do you guys do? But you all end up cheating on each other with each other.
It's
because
called a
that's
soft
the move.
swap. It's called a soft swap, my friend.
Soft swap. Actually, the 1920s are coming back. The swinging 20s.
Fun fact, Closer from Mike Nichols is a remake of this film.
Really?
No.
I was about to say, because it's like low key. I wouldn't fucking be surprised.
That's just a joke.
That's
the super dramatic version of this movie, in my opinion.
It really is. That's why I wouldn't have been surprised. I would have been like, yeah, that is. But no. So then you go on a wild ride full of funny jokes, wild antics, and the first party scene ever to be laying down on celluloid as they do the Charleston, as Sam was doing earlier, with a bunch of dancing and champagne, enough to fill the Nile.
No, not the Nile. Denial.
Hey, that was an inside line to give complex to her character and how she is in denial of the actions in which her friend and Army Hammer fucking manipulate.
Whose side are you on, Sam? Israel or Palestine?
I am on
Starting to fucking not be sure.
I'm on Kenneth
Your
Branagh's
defense,
side.
Gagano.
Agatha Christie, fucking Poirot movies. Give them to me, okay?
We could not be more opposed than that viewpoint, Sam. Burn them
I
all.
still haven't seen a hunting I haven't seen a hunting in Venice yet, so
it's amazing.
Anyways, yes.
As you see, I hesitated to give the thumbs up on that one. But it's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen this before once. I was on shrooms. It was really good then. Honestly, it felt like a 2 hour movie. Um, However, other than that, this time around was a lot quicker, but I had a good time. What'd you guys think?
Sam.
Oh, and wait, I need to shout out Myrna Loy as the maid
Yeah, that was weird.
from the Thin Man. Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, one of her roles probably early on.
Early roles.
Go ahead though, everyone, take it away.
Cheers to love and liberty. This is one nefarious ass fucking movie. Good God. Good God.
Hey, it's fair weathers when good liars get together.
That's right.
I fucking loved those title cards.
Yeah, those are really funny.
So good. Like, this out of the three was the one I was least looking forward to. No offense, because I just was like, I don't really like. Usually with the 20s comedies, it works, or I sit there and I kind of like just wait for it to be over. I was not expecting me to be fucking full throttle, like invested in this story, actually like laughing at things, locked in on these characters. And when like they talked and there was no title cards, I still like had the emotion and like felt and knew kind of what they were saying to each other. It all clicked, and it's so good. I know I said that about the last movie, but Jesus fucking Christ, like there is so much fun with this movie, and it is just like you want everyone to win, but obviously like nobody's gonna fucking win.
I was Team Paul. I
But
don't
they
know.
won. I mean, they won. In the end, they
What do you
won.
guys?
Also, I didn't
What's your
fucking
pick?
like his partner because she was a cheating ass hoe, just like the last fucking movie.
That's a running theme in this episode. Yeah.
The women in the 20s, their
Hey,
morals
hey.
were questionable.
We'll get
Gold
into it.
nose.
But Joan only fucking cheated on her faith. Okay, it's not the same. It's not the same.
And she atoned.
And she did atone for that.
We'll get there.
But yeah, this was also of the three, this was the one I was least interested in, but I was very interested in it because the only other movie I've seen from Mr. Ernst Lubitsch, I don't know if
That's how you call his name.
I'm pretty sure, but however you say it,
Probably.
that's how it's spelled. But he the only other movie of his I've seen is Nanachka, which is just, I mean, just fucking one of the greatest, most wonderful, I mean, life-affirming movies I've ever, absolute fucking masterpiece. If neither of you have seen that, if that's on something, I'm picking it for the show at some point because, whew, man alive. I can't tell you the things that movie made me feel. So I was like, anything from this motherfucker, I want to see. So I was happy you picked another one of his movies. And yeah, man, I had such a ball with this. Had no clue what it was about, and just love finding out as it went along. Fucking hilarious. And it's funny because this one, I'd say definitely of the three, had the fewest title cards. Like there were way more scenes in this one where you just have to kind of figure out what they're saying. And I think it benefited in a lot of ways because it was like a lot of the times, like you said, Matt, that scene where he's just sitting there with the expressions, it's kind of funny, just figuring out he doesn't know what's going on. And then probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie was when he's fighting with the policeman. That whole part was just fucking like you don't know what he's saying, but you see him writing all this stuff down in his book, like he's insulting him so much he's got to write it down.
The favorite thing is the title card that says, "Can you spell that one for me?"
You just got to guess like what it is that he said, and you think it's probably a bad word, and that's their way of getting around it and everything. And I just love the whole 3-day jail sentence part of the story was fucking hilarious.
I was sitting there with Stuart, and she was like doing something with their iPad, and I was just losing my shit, and I was like telling him about like how like so like he was speeding and pissed off a police officer, but then like The dude died, so like they didn't have to like deal with it other than the speeding issue. So like a 3 day sentence in jail is worth fucking going like 16 to 15 kind of shit. And like I was so giddy and just energetic about this movie, which was the last thing I expected. And I think that's a very lovely aspect to it that is just
And I
get
love
picked up in the whirlwind.
I love too that like he stops him, he pulls him over at first, and he explains he's got to go see a patient, and he fucking lets him go. And then he comes back later, and yeah, he's pissed at him, but the reason he takes him to jail is because he fucking insults him 100 times. Like that's what he was gonna fucking basically let him off with a warning, probably, maybe a ticket. But like that's why he goes to jail because he's just screaming at the guy. That was just fucking hilarious to me. And I love again, like it's so weird because it's like you're simultaneously, at least I was, rooting for everyone and no one at the same time. It was like you're all terrible people, but I'm kind of rooting for you at the
When they
same
won the Charleston competition, I like cheered in my own.
Yeah.
and
I was
the
like,
best,
yeah.
the
Yes.
best. You know, we've had many
I
returning on this show, we've had many returning actors, but here's the return of a dance from the Cat's Meow, the Charleston. I didn't think there could be a better use of it than in that movie, but holy shit, this movie found one. I
the
love
fucking the overlay of all the images, like I was like, this is so fucking
I
great.
know. I love that whole. It was so well edited.
And I
And like
love that their reward was like a fuck ton of champagne and like you're just gonna get fucked up and drink it all in one night, but like, hey, you won this competition.
and he just leaves her there at the table, which was
Hey, that
funny.
that whole scene where he's talking to them and they are not acknowledging him whatsoever, I was like, fuck you.
And
Leave
when he's
that.
trying to like hit the bald guy in the head with the champagne cork, it was
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. And then when he gets up, he just taps him on the head and walks away.
It very
And
much I lost my shit when he rubbed that bald dude's head. Like I was like, holy fuck, that
yeah.
is like my internal dialogue that I will never do in my life. I will get punched in the face, but he did it.
Did either of
On that much
you
champagne.
Yeah.
am I just stupid or was it obvious to you guys that because it wasn't I didn't realize until like literally about 10 seconds until she took her mask off that it was the wife. Did
Oh,
you?
I 100% from the get go
Okay.
was like, she's there.
Well, I'm just
But
dumb.
I mean, she did look different, and I get why him being
It
drunk.
just didn't occur to me. It was like literally like once they got back to the house, like, and he's sitting there all drunk, I'm like, oh fuck, it's the wife. And like 10 seconds after I said that, she took her mask off, and I'm like, ah, there she is.
Not as triggering as seconds, but definitely a different level of like, oh my god, they depicted being that kind of drunk so well.
Yeah.
And then so like that's when I knew the fucking like moment she was like she heard his name on the radio and was like he just won this, but he was supposed to be in prison 2 hours ago.
And the fact that the other guy just goes, like, doesn't protest, doesn't say it's not
My
me. He
favorite
just
That's why
and then
I'm like
kisses her
I'm
like
Team
six
Paul, because
times.
fucking Maurice is such a little bitch.
my favorite shot is that shot of him in the row of dudes walking abs and he's just so sad and I'm just like
Yeah.
It's so
you
funny.
did this to yourself. But he wrote that letter like I'll be back in 3 days. Went to a like
Hugs and kisses.
yeah like
But what's funny is they're making it seem so like bleak and desolate, and
yeah
it's
the
like it's
stakes
a 3-day jail sentence.
Yeah.
huge. And then at the very end, when he is like, "I'll see you soon," hugs and kisses. It's just like, oh, it really isn't that big of a fucking deal.
And that's and I what was another thing I was going to bring up? Oh, but something we got to talk about obviously in this episode. We talked about it with Lon Chaney in the last one, but I mean, you know, the like appreciating the art of silent film acting. That's something that like not a lot of people appreciate these days, I feel like. And the dude, I can't remember something Blue. I can't remember the dude who plays Paul's name. You
Monty
have
Blue.
what's it? What's it?
Monty Blue or
Monty
Monty.
Blue.
Yep.
Okay,
What a
like
fucking great name, by the way.
exactly. And can't imagine that's his real name. But the again, you want to look at like a
Oh,
masterclass.
his name is Gerard Montgomery Blue.
Oh, so Blue is his real. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Monty from
the
Montgomery,
Monty part
so
is fake. All right.
That's crazy.
Monty's kind of fake. It's like a Montgomery Monty. So he
Yeah.
just took his
Oh, well,
middle
okay.
name,
Yeah, it's an
nickname.
abbreviation of Montgomery. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
But like a master class in fucking silent film acting, like referencing what you mentioned, Sam, his drunk acting in this is fucking phenomenal. I mean, just like you believe he's shit-faced that entire last like 20 minutes of the
Yeah.
movie. I mean, just the physical bits he's doing and
And
just the
then he
way
gets slapped awake, just like the last movie.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And just the way he's stumbling around and everything. And
I thought
also
the swallowing of the cane was kind of funny too. I
that
wasn't
was so
expecting that.
yeah, I love that. But
He's gonna be shitting out a cane frog.
like Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Another callback. But yeah, and again, like in the last one, talking about the effects that were impressive for the time, them shrinking him down for that one part, I didn't
Oh,
see that
amazing.
coming.
I lost my
Yeah.
shit. Like
I-
that was like where I was like, holy fuck, this is such a good depiction of being this fucked up. Like, and how the fuck did they do that back then? Like,
I know, that's what I was
I don't
thinking.
know it. I don't know how, but it's amazing.
I
Yeah,
think all three of these movies had that moment where I said, "How the fuck did they do that back then?"
yeah, all three of them did, and that's, very impressive.
Which on my pick, I got to talk about something that's fucking insane. I'm sure both of y'all know about.
Yeah, that one's got some interesting trivia on it for sure. But yeah, and again, just like groundbreaking first choreographed dance in a movie. And again, I love the Charleston
Like,
scene.
much less first choreographed dance, the most amount of people I have ever fucking seen in a small ass room together, and you see them perfectly. The shots are really, really interesting, and then the editing where they like do that kaleidoscope kind of effect over everybody because once they all get fucked up, it just turns into this thing.
Yeah. You know the music they were listening to was good shit.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
was so interested. Ben Modell, I think that's his name.
Hmm.
Yeah, like amazing. I know he did his score very, very recently, and it was a BBC live performance with the thing, just like Voices of Light with my pick.
Yeah. Speaking of BBC, I'm glad we got some black people in this one.
I saw it coming. I saw it coming. About 2 seconds before you said it, I saw it coming.
I
Um,
just saw the look in my eye, like just gleam. I was like, "Ooh, I got it."
As soon as you said BBC, I was
fuck
like, God
you,
damn it, he's
yeah,
gonna
fuck
do
you, Matt,
it.
because I'm trying to highlight this composer. And with all these films, there's so many fucking people that write their own versions, but the true versions have stuck through. And now he's just going to be associated with that for the rest of our podcast. Fuck you.
Just won't forget his name.
Ben Modell, if you hear this or see this, know that I love your music and it is inspiring and it doesn't make me think about the things that Matt thinks about, much less Lisa Ann. So,
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The only thing I thought, well, one of the things I thought of when the Charleston scene was happening was this is how it would have been if they'd let the vampires in Sinners.
Barry Bonds strikes again. That's a good one. The the first the first thing I thought of immediately was just Edward Herman and everybody else doing it in the cat's meow. And I'm just like, I love how we've had two fucking Charleston scenes or movies with that on this podcast. I love it. But God bless. That is exactly yes. Fucking if the vampires had gotten let inside. But I'm not going to be able to get that out of my head now. But yeah, I really thought this was a lot of fun. It was just, incredibly funny. And again, I just love, you know, I was going to say something else, but a scene I just remembered. I love the part at the beginning when they're doing the rehearsal and he can't fucking lift her. I love the guy at the piano with his one little part. He's like, "Seeing you as a chic, man. I'm inspired. That gives me confidence seeing you be such a fuck up, basically."
that's
That
why I
was
really love Ben Modell because he really captured that dude perfectly. Because like that's one of the few times there's an actual fucking instrument in front of the screen with the music. And that's what makes me think of He Who Got Slapped and how they showed the band of the circus and how that lined up perfectly. And it's just inspirational.
Yeah.
He's going to write music.
The whole thing was, yeah. Mr. Lubitsch has yet to let me down with his 2 films. And I swear to God, if I can find Ninotchka, I really think you'll both love that. Again, that's a movie that is literally impossible to hate. So yeah, that'll hopefully happen in the future. But this wasn't as good as that, but it was very good, very funny. I mean, just, great classic kind of screwball sensibilities. And my friends, do you have anything to say? Because I want to end with a moral.
I don't think
Nope, that's all you.
yeah.
The moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is if you're going to stand in front of your window, put on a shirt.
Oh shit.
I thought Matt was
God
taking off his
damn
shirt.
it. Okay, fine.
You knew exactly where I was going with that, didn't you? Yes, sir. Put on a shirt.
I guess. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, fucking clown makeup's getting in my eyeballs from squinting and sweating.
You're suffering for the art.
Exactly.
Not as much as I was last time, but still.
Speaking of somebody else who suffers, moving on to our last pick, Samuel's pick, The Passion
Of the Christ?
Almost. It's of a woman this time. Jokes
Oh,
on everyone else. It's Joan of Arc. Fuck. Sam, take it away. Joan Rivers of Arc.
There's not much to say about this movie other than the fact that it is A, fucking completely soul crushing, B, absolutely goddamn bonkers that this movie is solely made up of be real negative, like secondary shots that were thrown out and not originally intended for this film. I guess C, Voices of Light is one of the most like, I don't know how to describe this. Like, this movie should be inspirational, but this music that they have chosen for this, that is the standard now, is so goddamn good that I don't think I could ever make something this goddamn good. And that it makes me not even want to try to write music, which is the opposite effect of what I wanted from this watching of this film, because I love this film. This film is soul crushing. This is my 3rd time seeing it. Amazing movie. But fucking Christ, is everything about this movie so perfect that
hey, watch your mouth, blasphemer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't make me force you to sign a piece of paper you don't want to sign.
Where's my goddamn
I know something
crown
about
of
that.
thorns? I used to have my crown of thorns. I think I threw that out after the Easter special. I should have worn that for this.
Oh, if ever there was a time where you needed that.
But my ultimate point, before I fully get into the plot, which really is the plot, it made me think of one of my favorite films I've seen this entire year, which Jackson showed me, A Man for All Seasons, because it is about Joan of Arc.
A woman for all seasons.
Yeah, a woman. This is the woman for all seasons, because
Pretty much.
she defies religious actions and becomes persecuted for those said feelings, thoughts, emotions. Simple gestures of kindness were seen as a transgression upon the Christian faith. And she got persecuted to the point of damnation. And much like A Man for All Seasons, it is the slow progressing of her. Well, I guess that movie is more so her life or his life before he fully the second half where he is.
This is basically like the last 30 minutes of A Man for
Yeah,
All.
yeah, literally,
The whole
literally.
movie,
But the
yeah.
whole goddamn fucking movie where you're in prison, your head's getting shaved, you're being demoralized, you are
Got
being
the full Natalie Portman treatment.
keep Darren Aronofsky away from Joan of Arc because I don't want another goddamn remake. As much as I love Mila Jovovich, there is like a 30 million.
Baz Luhrmann is doing a remake as we speak.
There's so many fucking tellings of this story.
Nicole Kidman is Joan.
And nothing as good as this. Okay? Like, this movie is the telling of Joan of Arc. I don't need any goddamn fucking history teacher to tell me that. Like, I know what happens to her, and it is not good.
It's like the Titanic. You know what's going to happen at the end, but it's a good fucking ride.
That's right.
Why is this our second episode in a row mentioning the Titanic?
It is?
Yeah, we talk about Ian Gruffeld in
Oh, yeah. Good
in the
point.
last episode.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I love this movie. It is so fucked up. You basically just fucking watch this woman get into jail, slowly get tested religiously, emotionally, physically, and then they fully break her, and she still doesn't break faith, and then it's just death. Like, because
she fucked up and she got the kinky Christians.
That's right.
Fuck.
Some call it a torture chamber. I call it a pleasure chamber.
Jesus fuck.
Oh, boy.
All right.
I'm just saying, Joan was doing like, I would have been like,
She felt the burn.
different basal reactions,
but
for
it
sure.
wasn't the 4 STD
Or like-
we got from the last set of films. It was the burn of denying God.
Sure, it wasn't the
In
burn
the eyes of men.
from one of
'Cause
those machines.
she never denied God, but in the eyes of men,
Englishmen,
she did. So, bitch gotta die.
Those shots of the dudes, like the priests,
Bitch gotta
fucking looking
burn.
at each other, like just all of them were so fucking good.
That's my
Yeah, just
impression
like,
of the judges.
But it's just insane. This movie burned to a crisp, and then the director fucking reassembled.
Just like Joan.
Just like Joan. He reassembled it and made this new film that we see today out of all of the extra footage and stuff that he just cut and didn't want involved in the film.
Even further than that, I'm sure you must have read this. Even that version, the one that we saw, was lost for many decades. And the only reason they found it, there was like a fucking copy of it in a mental hospital somewhere that they just happened to find in like a janitor's closet.
Just poor fucking decision on their part playing that for mental patients, because
that would fucking, I mean, guy, that would cause them to have an even bigger breakdown. I mean,
exactly.
Christ.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'll just go ahead and say this movie, wow, this was something else. Again, I knew the basic. I knew it was about Joan of Arc, but it's also the first Joan of Arc movie I've seen. So I have seen none of the others. So this was my first experience. And Joan of Arc is one of those historical figures that, like, I know who she is, of course, but I don't really know that much, like, about what she actually did and shit. So I've never really, like, read that much about her. So it was interesting learning more about her. And, like, you know, it's fucking crazy that they took this from the actual court transcripts. Like, adding that detail at the beginning was insane. And I just have to get this out of the way. Cinematography is great.
Well, Jackson, also sorry.
Say what?
You never know. That could have been the OG based on a true story.
No, I looked it up.
Oh, you did? Okay.
They actually have the transcripts of her trial, like in some French, museum or something. But
the only other Joan of Arc I've seen is This Is Not Joan of Arc, the XXX porn parody.
Joan of Dark BBC.
That's what actually broke my computer. I was doing research for my next pick.
Oh, god damn. Just knowing the title of it, I can already see where you're going with that. But yeah,
Plowman's
so
Munch.
but great cinematography, probably the most close-ups I've ever seen in a film. Like 99% of the movie is just close-ups on people's faces.
I will say, whoever plays Joan, beautiful as fuck. I could watch that face all day. The expression on her face was killing.
That was the very next thing I was gonna
I
say.
had the last
The
fucking thing to say about that.
the
Polar opposite.
You were like sick of her face.
No, it just I saw
Is it the ball cut?
I've seen the movie Come and See, the Russian war film, and she looks just like that little boy. And by the end of it, she looked just like that little boy, and it fucking destroyed me. And I was like,
Stop making me feel like a
can't do it.
pedophile.
I can't do it.
I still need to see that movie. I want to see it so bad. But no, but what I was gonna say is holy fucking God, her performance in this movie, Miss Maria Falconetti. Wow. Like
That's a name. What a name.
I know.
Phenomenal.
That's a badass
Falconetti.
name.
Sounds like a gangster's name.
I know. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought. She was
Part of the
French,
Falconetti family.
but she sounds Italian. Yeah, like it sounds like something from the Penguin. Those are the Falcons. This is Falconetti. But yeah, and just like Kristen Milioti in the Penguin, she was scaring me with those facial expressions. You know, she's crazy as shit. But she
You know what they say? You know what they say? Grippy socks, grippy box.
Damn, Matt.
God,
I can't beat that. I was literally gonna say, that's just women hysteria, that as they put it back then. But
in all, I have to say, in all seriousness, it is, I mean, she is so fucking transcendent in this, like to the point where I was like barely even thinking about the fact that the only time I was thinking about the fact that it was an actress was when I was just thinking, who the fuck is this? Like, I can't wait to look her up when this is done. This is the only movie she ever did. She was a stage actress, and this is the only movie she ever did. And she died young, and apparently she's like 46 or something, which, as Ravenger has pointed out to us, isn't as young as some people.
Compared to who?
Yeah, compared to, a certain actor on one of our past picks.
I literally was not expect. That was the last thing I was expecting.
When I saw that earlier today, I was like, wow, okay. Wasn't expecting that comment. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, and she apparently had a history of mental illness, the actress did in real life, which kind of makes sense because literally I was watching this movie and I was like, I could just see it on her face. I'm like, it didn't even feel like she was acting to me. It genuinely felt like this is a person with extreme mental turmoil. It just felt so real and palpable. You could feel it through the screen. Her performance is just like transcendent. I mean, just those it felt so real. I mean, again, the only reason I was even thinking about it being an actress is because I was just so curious, like who the hell this lady was, and was just like dying to find out afterwards. And the fact that this is the only movie she ever did, and the fact that because she was a stage actress, and she mainly, if you can believe it, did comedies. Like this was like a rare dramatic turn for her.
I mean, there's a reason it's the smiley laughing face and the frowny face within theater. It's most people who do comedies are putting fucking sadness within their fucking performance.
Very true. I mean,
Especially
you're
in
not
the
wrong.
20s and 30s.
Comedians are often some of the best dramatic actors when you give them a chance.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, imagine you're in the 1920s and you get diagnosed with cancer, and then you just cut to her face.
yeah. That I read afterwards. I mean, it's considered one of the greatest performances of all time, like ever, and I can see why, because she's
I mean,
amazing. And
It's literally not even that, like, it's also just her face. It's not even anything else for the most
I mean,
part.
because like I said, 99% of the movie is just close-ups on people's faces, so she's got to like
my biggest joke,
convey
I think is that like all of her fucking crazy reactions were the ones that got like cut, and then he had to use them in the fucking version that after it got burned, and he was pissed as fuck. Carl Theodore something.
Riser.
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 Yeah. Riser. Fuck.
God fucking director. This man knew what he was doing. Everything went to shit. He found a way to fucking make it a masterpiece. And it just it that's where I wonder if he was pissed. Because that was her sole reaction and all the it she pushed it and was so good and then hit the boundary where she was too crazy and she was doing all those insane eyes and then he cut it and then had to use that footage.
Well, there were rumors apparently that haven't been proven, but it's kind of become like film legend that he was like incredibly just brutal and sadistic towards her, and that's how he got that performance out of her.
I was gonna call him Kubrick earlier, but I didn't want to fucking outrightly call him that without fucking having justification.
As far as I've read, there's no proof of that, but yeah, I don't know. He again, first movie of his I've seen, so I'm glad.
Shelley Duvall's dead. There's no proof that Kubrick was a piece of shit, so who could say that?
Well, there's a ton of video footage of it from the behind the scenes.
I can fucking spread another false rumor.
Sam is our local source of misinformation here.
Well, the false rumor we can accurately spread would be that they had a illicit relationship together, and that's why he was so cruel.
There you go.
Yeah, and she was harboring a baby that they had to get aborted, which is why she looks so crazy.
We here on the
we can tabloid this really fast, and nobody's alive to prove any of it.
Imagining Kubrick going into that ward with the fucking baseball bat and just fucking.
Oh, I was talking about Dreiser and the main girl from this one, not Shelley
Duvall.
Oh,
okay.
Because you got to go way back to where nobody really can verify anything.
Yeah, exactly.
For Baby Snatch and Be Real, yo. Even though it's real now,
it was 1490s France, yeah. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, I gotta say too, fuck each and every single last one of those judges. That is first and fucking foremost, bitch ass motherfuckers. But also,
judges wider than the Academy.
You're not wrong.
Wider than the Academy in 1928. There we go. The fucking silence said it all. It's like the silence in these films when you fucking couldn't hear her scream.
This is the silent film special, baby. But what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, but fuck them, first of all. Second of all, it's something that you don't think about unless you've seen enough of them, which I really have. I've only seen maybe about 7 silent films, not a lot. It's a blind spot of mine that I've been really trying to work on in recent years. So I'm glad we did this because that's 3 that I haven't seen. But it's something you don't think about until you see a certain number of them, and like early 30s movies as well, is, you think of old movies and you think like, oh, they weren't allowed to do anything or say anything or whatever. But the pre-code movies like this,
they had free reign.
But they did, and the number of things that they were able to get away with in all 3 of these movies, but this one in particular, like I remember watching that scene, and I'm like, this one scene where I thought to myself, in 1928, like this far back, to see them talking about this so bluntly, where they say they're talking to Joan, and they say like, "You're sure of your own salvation? So you have no need for the church then?" And I'm just like, God, like watching them, like there was such a level of awareness of that all the way back then, but it was just so rarely represented in media because once the code came along, that's who enforced it. Because that's the thing about the code. It existed during the silent era, but it just wasn't enforced. It wasn't until the fucking Catholic Church came in and started enforcing it in the mid to late 30s that
once women had a voice.
To it. Say what?
Once women had a voice.
Yeah, once they could actually speak. Yeah, they wanted to silence them.
The DeHaze Code.
The haze.
Oh, really? It
code.
was probably the
Haze.
fucking children, like fucking Shirley Temple, that probably got them to be like cracked down. Like, you ain't gonna talk about this shit.
It was just in general. I mean, it was morally objectionable and blasphemous and all this good stuff. And yeah, because that's the Catholic Church for you, just trying to control people through fear.
Yeah,
But
that's
as if we didn't piss Catholics enough off
I was
already
gonna
in
say.
the Easter special. That's an unusually loaded political statement from me. I apologize,
that
Catholics.
was right. Yeah, that did come out of yeah. I was like, Jackson doesn't usually say that shit. I feel like that would have came from me at that point.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, Matt's the Catholic here. He's the one who should have the biggest grudge against them. But
I don't know. He picked Boondock Saints. He has a lot of love for those fuckers.
Love-hate relationship.
Mhm.
That's what they fucking instill in you.
I mean, they
Exactly.
make you guilty, but they also circumcise you. So it's like,
And hey, where would this podcast be without circumcision? Nowhere.
In the
back
dump.
at 100 views, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought that was amazing. I thought it was great. Like, there's a brief shot of a baby sucking on a titty. And
I'm glad that you picked that out, Jackson.
Was there a
call
point
back.
to that shot?
Matt, call back to the Easter special. There's always a point to a boob shot. And you know what the point is? The titty. You were correct then, and you're correct now.
We can go back 100 years and prove this.
Exactly.
This could be
Even
true.
100 years ago, there was a point to a boob shot.
I do need to ask you all a question because there was no necessary reason for blood in So This Is Paris.
Oh,
He who got slapped had a little bit of blood. The blood that they used in this was real, and that's what fucked me up. Is
that was a stunt double.
Whose blood was? Oh, really?
stunt double? They cut her open.
They actually gave
Wow.
her a puncture wound. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not think about that at all. I just figured that, because
I
that's so
remember
easy to just like throw a little thing under a fake arm.
But
or
when I was
even,
watching
thing.
that, I was like, it looks too real for this to be fake. I'm like, how did they do this?
Oh.
And it was real.
Who got slapped? Like, the whole point was they stabbed the heart that has the fucking like source of
The
blood.
squib in
Like,
it, yeah.
It is what it is, but it's the real blood. This, like, once they show that shit, I'm just like, there's no way you can show that kind of pouring out of a body. And
they didn't have the Red Cross back then.
the Red Cross was the
actually.
fucking ash amber of the fucking burnt cross that she was burned on, bitch.
Well, can I just say as well?
This film was proudly presented to you by the Red Cross.
God damn it, I'm so upset, y'all. We've come 3 movies, and I didn't even talk about how fucking Kansas grows the best wheat in the world, and that was the sole sponsor of Who Got Slapped was the state of Kansas. And
Kansas City.
Right before the title card, they had that advertisement for the city of state of Kansas. God, Jesus Christ! But it said at the very bottom. It said at the very bottom, the best wheat grower in the world. And I was just like, yeah, America.
America, baby. But at France, vive la France.
Yeah, vive la France.
Vive la France. But can I also just say, okay, so Joan, like we said about the other two, there's something in each movie where you're like, wow, I can't believe they did that for that time. I noticed immediately watching this, especially compared to the other two. I was like, the other two looked great, but the cinematography in this thing, and just like the way the production design and the way it looked, I was
that
like,
whole shot where they go down the courthouse and you have all the
Yeah.
people doing their thing, and then she gets brought in behind those 2 guards. That is an insane shot.
I was like, damn, like immediately noticed, like this looks like some pretty high production value for the 20s. I mean, it was very impressive, like beautifully shot. I mean, again, a lot of it is just close-ups, but even still, like the close-ups have a purpose. Like, especially when it's on Joan, just showing the pure emotion on her face and just like, and I gotta say too, one of the biggest oh shit moments I've seen in a while. Can I just say when they're in the room with her and they're being like, "We want to save you, Joan. We care about your soul." And they almost get her. And that scene where he kind of starts being a dick again, and she says, "You say that I have been sent here by the devil, but it is you who have been sent here by the devil." And the
And
music like
you, and
flares up.
you.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit." I like literally in this chair was like, "Holy shit." And then he says, "There's nothing left to do. Bring in the fucking executioner." That's it. That's all we got.
Makes
And
like I said, it makes me think of the scene. And Matt, have you seen Man for All Seasons?
No, I've not.
I would have picked
Yeah,
that for
I
if it was
can't
on
I can't
something.
talk about it then, but towards the end there's a scene where he gets this kind of like moment to finally succumb to the religious persecution that is
Tell
actually
him what they think, what he thinks.
yeah, and it doesn't go well much like this. So
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
know what Joan's last name should be? Her name should be Joan Proctor because she has to sign her name even though she doesn't believe in that shit. And as a former Danforth, I have to say, there's a part of me that is kind of on the judge's side.
sorry, that just killed me.
And
That's
you
good.
two, you were on my side in that show, Matt. You were part of my
I,
entourage.
I
So
certainly was, because my bitch ass fucking daughter was doing drugs in the woods,
dancing.
I wouldn't say
dancing
I
that
helped
hoe.
build your set, but I was on your side because I helped build the set. So
Yes.
on your side.
Yes. So again, we're all in agreement then. She should have signed her name, that harlot. But no, but I gotta say for real, the scene where she fucking repents and is like, "Get them back in here quickly." That was one of my favorite parts of acting from her. I love that. And then holy shit, again, Matt, very fitting analogy comparing it to Titanic. Because it's like, the whole movie she's going to get burned at the stake. But holy Christ, that doesn't take away from the fact that when it happens, I was feeling shit. I was not having it whatsoever. And it was so well done. And I just loved all the citizens revolting, just the utter chaos of the army people attacking the citizens and
The
like,
revolt was one of the craziest moments the whole fucking movie, and I was
maybe my favorite part. Just
how do you
just
fucking
because
film this shit back in 28? Like,
just the staging of it was so impressive. I just love that whole part so much. And just seeing her crazy ass eyes just flicker as she's dying on the cross. And I'm like, man, just hell of a way to end the movie. I mean,
Coen Brothers ruined any kind of fucking death scene though, because I just in my head seeing this the third time, I imagine James Franco at that hanging stand and Ballad of Buster Scruggs saying
first time.
first time, and I was like, no, I know what's happening to her, but it's still
Hey,
fucked me.
only three nails on that cross.
I can't believe it took you that long.
I shouldn't have even fucking mentioned it. Fuck you, man.
I can't believe it took you that long to even bring it up. Oh, man. Well, hey, they could have put a fourth one in there somewhere. I'm just
No,
saying.
they don't know where it is. It's okay.
The fourth one is the nail that goes inside the cross that Joan was nailed to when she burned alive. Right in her pussy flaps that they thought was a foreskin.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Because they thought she dressed like a man. I can't like fucking say that.
They pulled it down. They were like, "Oh shit,
You got to
God.
get circumcised." Dun, dun, dun.
guys, we're saving money today, guys. It's an extra nail.
Yeah.
I don't know where the
Home
clit is.
Depot again for a while. Oh,
Is it on the
God.
top or the bottom? Shit, I'll just shoot for the middle.
Rest in peace, Joan of Arc.
Yeah,
We are sorry to desecrate your memory with
and
these
shout out,
jokes.
yeah,
Hey,
shout out every,
compared to one of these movies, only one of these people are real.
Very true.
So
shout
we're
out
only
every actress who has interpreted Joan of Arc. I know I said fuck you to all of them earlier, but like,
Well, it's
y'all did
funny
that shit.
It's funny you should mention that because a movie I've actually really been wanting to pick for this for a while is the Victor Fleming, Joan of Arc with Ingrid Bergman.
Okay.
So I
I
don't know
mean,
if it's on anything, but
if you do it, I'll watch it.
yeah, because that's one I've wanted to see for a while. I heard it's kind
Can I
of,
choose Ian Fleming's Joan of Arc? Die another day.
To die another day.
I don't remember Halle Berry getting burned at the stake in that one. Maybe I guess by the critics.
It was mid snow. What's those fucking things?
No tsunami.
No, I was thinking of the like. It's not
Snowcat.
skiing, but it's when you're on the machine and you're
Jet ski.
jet
Not
ski.
jet ski. Snow ski. Snow ski. Snow ski.
Snowmobile.
Snowmobile. Yeah.
It was mid that when she jumped through an explosion, she actually died, and then they re-cloned her. And then the new Halle Berry that we know
That's
would
why in
never have shown
X-Men
her tits in Swordfish.
that makes sense because that's why in X-Men
That's
2
something
she didn't try to do the shitty African accent that she did in the
It,
first.
It was a
no,
clone.
yeah, because Halle Berry is famously in Spike Lee's remake, Joan of d'Arc.
Well, I was
Joan
gonna
d'Arc.
say, as Joan of Arc proved to us, you can fucking burn a woman at a stake and another one will replace her, but you're gonna fucking burn her too, and then it's just not gonna fucking solve anything for them. So
But yeah, I mean, phenomenal movie. Thank you for picking it, Sam, because it's one I had been curious about for a long time.
one of my
And
favorite silent films ever. Like
yeah, I can't believe none of us have talked yet about the scene. Holy shit, the scene with the goddamn torture rack. Oh, with the spinning spikes and just the
Yeah.
look of utter horror on her face. Oh my God. That was one of the craziest
the
things ever.
reason this is the cover, because all fucking women, once you see that spike, don't want that fucking shit in you.
Nah, but I'm gonna be honest though. I bet my back would feel so fucking good after going through that thing. It'd be like a mix between the scene where Mr. Incredible's back gets cracked and the scene where Aang gets his powers back when he gets his back hit. Like it's a mix of both of those scenes would be me going through that thing, just being like, ah.
I relate to your pain now, Sam. I can't beat that. I had a joke and I can't beat that now.
Man, like god damn.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, I just want to say again, loved the whole movie. Thought it was phenomenal. I would like to see all the other Joan of Arc movies to try to compare them now. It's hard to imagine this one could be topped, but we'll see.
Joan does get topped in the "This is not Joan of Arc"
In the porn
It's
parody.
pretty, though. So yeah, that's
Imagine of Jonah Dark.
More like Bone of Arc, am I right?
there we go.
There you go. But
Bone of Arc.
Bone of Arc. Yeah, so but I have to say again, the things there are two things that have stuck with me the most. Well, three. That ending sequence, the whole battle, loved that.
Amazing.
The music,
Crazy.
the voice, the whole very, very emotional. Has had
This
it in
is
my
a
head
light.
since I saw it. Yeah.
If y'all ever get the chance to watch a YouTube version of the actual live choir doing it, it's amazing. Like the small moments where like you think the music should end, and then like they like take these breaths that like transcend them through the next moment is insane.
Because like He Who Gets Slapped, this movie also had like three different scores. And I looked it up because I looked it up when I started the movie. I'm like, is this like the real one? And it's like the one that most people associate with the movie. So I was like, okay, I'm watching the right one. Because another one apparently is a piano score, and I'm just like, I can't see like the reason this works, the emotions. I'm just like that, just full on, just like choir, with all that. I mean, it just
That's what I take offense to that because I have written music over scenes in this film on piano.
I'm sure the piano music is good, but it needs something this big
It
and
needs
epic.
that fucking vocal like yumbo.
Yeah.
It is crazy that there are different
That's Star
scores
Wars
for all
saying.
of these.
I know it is. I know it is.
You did the Duel of the Fates.
Hey,
you gotta
last time I had to talk about
hey,
cold sand. I got to talk about this now, or not last time, but 2 episodes ago.
A couple episodes ago, yeah.
but to your point though, Jackson, I feel like it is crazy that there's three different scorers to like almost every one of these movies.
I know.
Because I feel like that changes the whole way you watch the movie.
When I watched last year, when I watched the original Nosferatu for the first time, my experience watching the movie was ruined because the one I saw had a terrible score. And literally, I didn't enjoy the movie just for that alone. I was like, because it was nonstop, just organ music blaring at the full volume that didn't match any of the scenes. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, especially in horror, music is incredibly important for like atmosphere. And then I saw it again before the new one came out because I was like, I want to see it again because I really want to like this movie. Had a totally different score that worked much better. And I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I'm actually able to feel the moments. And the same is true for like any silent film. You got to, because there's no words. The music kind of carries the mood, you
Now that
know?
we're here, I need to talk about the fact that like not about a year ago for school, I dived into the specific aspect of the creation of the organ, and the creation of the organ was almost solely like based through like obviously through church, but the organ that we know with like the pool whistle and like all the crazy sound effects was solely through silent films. And that's because nobody wanted to fucking pay instrumentalists to like record any music for this. And so they had one man shows that were never the same for the entirety of all these films runs. And it just, as a composer, it really inspired me to dive into that because the same person who wrote the original music never had the same piece of music ever for any of their films. And it's just the one that got recorded is the one we know.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, that I kind of, as I've been watching these, kind of figured out was a lot of times, yeah, for these silent movies, whenever they showed them in a theater, they had a live performer, which was crazy to me. Like, and that was just what people heard. And I'm like, can you imagine? I mean, being the person who has to do that, that's just wild.
Crazy.
All
Like,
right, I'm already seeing a skit in my head or like a sketch where the dude's really drunk and just fucking crashes out while this movie is playing behind him in front of everyone.
And there's no music.
It's like at first there is, and then he just starts going off the rails and he's like, try this one. And then it's like not even, and then he starts yelling at everyone, and then there's the music.
I just forgot their names because I want to make a point, but that's what led to piano music, including physical comedy acts, much like the fucking I can't even think of that. The fucking Three Stooges, like where like the people playing piano together and one slides the other one off the bench, like they started including these all kind of theatrics through regular music because the theatrics were in this live film performance. And then that's where the fucking talkie 30s with all the dancing music led to music that didn't even have anything to fucking include the movie at all. It was just solely to get music to people to dance in the cinema. And so there's a lot of like music for all these movies that are not even like remotely intentional for the emotions that the movie's trying to fucking show.
Yeah.
These all three of these can be shown as a comedy if we really fucking
I'd love to see Joan of Arc as a comedy.
But you could.
Thank God.
I guess
Thank
if you put
God,
wacky music over it, maybe. But yeah, but the third thing I wanted to say was just Maria Falconetti's performance. Just God bless, just amazing. I mean, truly, just her face, her expressions, her pure and utter fear and distress. It didn't feel like a performance. It just felt real. I was just like, you are apparently she was 38 when she filmed this, and she's supposed to be playing someone who's 19, but I did not give a shit because to me she felt like Joan of Arc.
didn't register any age like that. I figured like
I mean, either I didn't even bother me because I was like,
yeah.
She just felt she inhabited the role so much. I was just like, you're Joan of Arc. Like, you're not an actress, you're Joan of Arc. I believe you 100%. So yeah, that's one thing that I know will not be topped in the other ones again, unless it's the porn parody. In which case, of course, she's going to top everybody. But yes, thank you for choosing that one, Sam.
Oh, I'm glad we had a good time with the silent film one.
It's not Passion of Joan of Dark. It's Passion of topping that tart, and she tops the donut hole that is cut out of the beignet.
All right.
Sorry,
Well,
that was a hard.
It's not often that Matt is left speechless.
I was trying, but I had nothing. Thank you, everybody. We are happy to have you watching us on another episode of 343. Guys, are we 3 for 3 this episode? I think we are. Awesome. That's so great. We will see everyone next week. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know why I did 2 thumbs up, but yeah. And we will see you next week with another wacky, zany episode of 3 for 3.
I'm Joan of Arc.
I'm the guy. I'm Maurice with my arms up in the air. And then Sam.
Charleston.
Yeah, Jackson did the Charleston.
Damn, you didn't even see my fucking knees.